Holy shit, dude, this is a fun-ass bike. I wasn't expecting much, but I took it out on the highway there for a second, and this thing's got some get up and go to it.
So here's the reality, guys. I picked up this Yamaha bike, it was a little less than a year ago, and I've had a chance to ride it a little bit last year, more this summer, but I'm just not in love with the thing. I just don't feel like it fits me. This is a 2009 FZ6, so it's a 600cc. But man, this thing is top heavy, super top heavy. I just felt weird going into corners with it. And that's one of the biggest reasons I wanted to make a change on a bike. So the bike I went with, I wasn't even able to test drive it, but I just had a feeling that I was going to like the bike, and I actually love the bike. So in my opinion, ditching the 6 and going with the Z500 was absolutely the way to go. So stick with us and we're going to show you why that Z500 was such a great purchase. Now this one, I'm in control. Not only does it look badass, it's sexy as hell, and it listens when I lean in corners. I can throw this thing around, chuck it into corners, no issues. Let's get into the details of why this was such a great choice. So here's the reality, guys. This thing is 71 pounds lighter, which makes it way more maneuverable. You can throw it into corners. It's so much lighter and easier to get in and out of the garage. It comes with full LED lights. It's got a TFT full color screen, which you can Bluetooth to with the Rideology app. It also has a lower seat height at 30.9 inches, which makes it a little easier for shorter people to ride. But overall, this bike is just a stunning bike with ABS brakes and crash guards. All right, guys, so as you can see, this is one damn good looking bike. But one of the things that you're probably noticing before I even say it, this monstrosity back here has got to go. This is hideous. So one of the first things that I wanted to do was get a rear fender delete kit and a license plate relocation mount. Comes with new sequential blinkers. Definitely want to get rid of this right here because it's an eyesore.
I got you.
Thank you, Yoshimura, for the win. But before we get this installed, let's take you out and show you what this thing can do. All right, boys and girls, let's see what this thing can do. Guys, you can see I'm already so much more comfortable with this bike. It's incredible the way this thing handles, and the torque is unmatched for a 500cc bike, which technically this is a 451. Bit of a stretch, I know. This thing screams. You can see how comfortable I am with it already. We've already gotten it broken in. That's the only reason I'm able to rip it like I am right now. But man, this thing, you cannot go wrong. They say it's the starter bike that you'll never get rid of. And I believe it. All right, so let's get back home and get this rear fender delete kit going and relocate that license plate with the sequential blinkers. Let's do it. All right, boys and girls, we are ready to get rocking and rolling on this fender delete kit or the license plate relocation kit. One thing I wanted to let you guys know is these come in two separate kits. This right here is your sequential blinkers right here. This is the bracket to hook those up. Obviously your hardware, your relay. This is your license plate relocation kit right here, along with the license plate LED light. So it's supposed to be plug and play. We're about to find out. You're gonna need a 5mm Allen, a 4mm, and a 2.5. We bring this bad boy just along in case we have any problems. We can persuade it back in with our Japanese screwdriver here. So let's get this thing rocking and rolling, man. Let's get this ugly eyesore cleaned up back here and make this thing look sweet.
Let's get to it. We won't bore you guys with all the pulling out the bolts and stuff, but if we come across any complications, we'll let you know.
So you're literally just gonna pull up on this, and you've got these 4 stainless Allen heads right there. That's what we're gonna remove with this. So we'll get those out and show you what the next step is.
Okay, so we have gotten the Allen heads out and realized right away that these connectors, we're not exactly sure how they're supposed to feed through here. So that's one thing we're gonna have to deal with. Might be able to, one at a time, get them through. It's just, they don't quite fit. So I think we're gonna have to de-pin them. But I think that works out anyways, because the license plate bracket, or the license plate light with the Yoshimura fender kit is plug and play. It has the exact same connector as factory. But the turn signals for this turn signal kit, they're different. As you can see, this is the turn signal from the original, and this is what Yoshimura came with. So we're gonna have to de-pin this anyways to switch over and get rid of this orange connector and put the blue connector on to be able to get this thing connected to the bike. So instead of soldering and splicing wires, we'll just de-pin it and reuse the OEM connector. So let's go ahead and start de-pinning and get all the wires out.
All right, so we're gonna give you a little update. So the best way to remove and de-pin those plugs is just to cut the wires. We actually pulled up a video on it, and the guy says the easiest way to do it is just chop them off. So we're just resoldering those ends onto the new wires that the blinker kit came with, and then it'll be plug and play. So here's what we got going. We're just soldering this black end.
That's the OEM bike connector.
And this blue OEM bike connector. Cut those off. That's the kit that came with.
We could have just extended the wires and added our own bullet connectors, but they came for us, so this is easy enough. We'd have to solder and do all this stuff anyways. No need to waste our bullet connectors.
So once we get these, the shrink wrap shrunk up on these, we'll be ready to install it. Right now, I'm getting the back mount. I've got the license plate holder on here, as well as the blinker holder on here as well. We put a little Loctite on these screws. You definitely don't want this stuff coming loose. So we're gonna get the rest of it put together here and get it installed. All right, you can see we've got license plate light mounted. We've got the blinkers on there. We'll adjust those once it's on the bike just to straighten them up and make sure they're both even Steven. The wires just feed through here, which will punch right up through the bottom of the bike and be all tucked away and clean and neat. We're just about getting there. We're going to go ahead and get this piece bolted up. Austin is installing those wires we soldered right now, so they're ready to go.
Kind of hard. Now we're going to grab the other plug. Okay, blue one's in.
Okay. All right. So we've got everything. We're just hooking up the right blinker now.
Let me tell you what, that license plate light plug, there's not enough slack, and that was a
to get in there.
Yeah, it was really rough to get into there.
It was so rough. We had to use these.
And unfortunately, the Japanese screwdriver just made things worse.
Now we just got to figure out where this relay goes. This little unit right here is going to plug into the bike since we're running LEDs. I wonder if you need it because the bike already had LEDs, right?
Yeah, we can give it a try real fast. Fire it up.
Okay. And this, if you didn't know it, is a secret little compartment, and you can get yourself a front rotor lock that fits in here, stock. Of course, they didn't put it with the bike. You got to buy it separately.
All right, give it a try. Let's see what it looks like. I'll hold this, fire it up, hit some. You got hazards on this thing? Yep.
That's working.
Yeah, license plate light right there. Okay, so you're gonna have to use the relay. Because without the relay, no, it is. It's just blinking this first bulb. Oh. It's not going across. All right, so for the relay, and it's easy enough. There's a little pull tab right here. That's how you get this seat off.
That's how you get the front seat off. The other one has a lock right down here. You put the key in, and it just unlocks it right there.
Oh, look at that. You even got a tool bag.
Oh, well, shit.
Take that seat off, and then right here in front of the battery, on this little metal tab, you just lift up, and there you go. Mitsubishi. Unclip this, pull that off. That is your stock turn signal relay. Let's see, does it have a...
So this is kind of cool. If you take this piece off of the relay, you've got the little motherboard in there. You can slide this motherboard out, and that blue little dial in there, you can adjust like the rate of speed that your blinkers blink. So I thought that was kind of cool that it's adjustable. There you go, sir.
Oh, it does happen. Okay, so it has the little freaking thing too. So you just transfer over this rubber grommet. It should just be an easy little... Okay, there we go. Okay. Whew.
All right, now let's...
Scary a little bit. Look at that. Right on. Just like factory. Now let's turn it on. I'll hold this. Hit me with the blinker. Oh, yes.
But that was my right blinker.
Oh, okay. So we've got to change those.
Oh, man, those are nice, dude.
You guys can see that. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, hit the hazards. Oh, yeah, look at that. Heck yeah, that's success. Now we're going to go ahead, get everything buttoned up, put the bike back together, and throw a license. Well, I got a temporary license plate,
let's throw the, change those wires out really quick. I'll grab the license plate. Man, that looks so much tighter. Remember how far out that fender came all the way out here past the back of the fender up here? Now everything's tucked 6 inches back behind it. Looks so much cleaner.
Yeah.
Right on. Get them blinker bolts tightened up and we'll be good to go. All right, guys, you know where we left off. We got the rear fender delete kit put onto the new Kawasaki Z500, and I was waiting for a few more little dress-up parts, and they have arrived, so I'm going to show you what they are, and then we're going to get to installing them. So these are slick. These are super nice. Let's see, they have the 500 right on their handle. They're paint matched, but they're also like a breakaway. So if the bike tips over, these will pop up instead of just bending all over the place. At least I think that's what it's for. But this is what came on the bike right here. Not adjustable. New ones, adjustable. Man, they're gonna look so slick. This is a new radiator guard. It came with a radiator guard on there, but the one that's on there is silver. I'll show you what it looks like. So there's the radiator guard that's on there, but there's so much black on this bike. Everywhere, in front of it, on top of it, on the side of it. This is gonna look so much better with a black radiator guard. I also got some new end caps for the bars here that are paint matched. They just haven't arrived yet. They'll be here shortly. So we're gonna get to installing this stuff, and we'll show you what it looks like when we're all done. Man, tell me those don't look sharp. Come on now. The breakaway handles. Got this one on over here. Looking good. They're adjustable. All is good. Yeah, it's gonna look sharp. Let's get to that radiator guard. Well, the whole purpose of this new radiator guard is to help black it out down there, but the bolts it came with and the bolts that were on the bike are all chrome. I have a black fairing bolt kit that I got from my Yamaha. Everything in here is already black, so I have found some that are going to work and be much better camouflaged with the black. So we're gonna get this thing on and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, this was the last puzzle piece we were waiting for. They showed up, so we're gonna go ahead and get these put onto the end of the bars here, dress it up a little bit more, do a little more cake decorating. So we'll show you what everything looks like once it's all done here. All right, we've got all of our little cake dressing on there, but man, these turned out so good, and the fact that they're adjustable and break away like that is just even better. But these turned out really slick too. I like the way those look on there. Also, that radiator guard just looks so much better black. Man, it really tightens it up down here. Makes it look more uniform. Really happy about that. I went ahead and changed out some of this hardware too. They put all this silver hardware in here and it just stuck out like a sore thumb in my opinion. They had silver up here as well, so I replaced those. Obviously got that installed, which really cleans up the back end. Last thing on the list for now is to get the Leo Vince exhaust on there, but I don't think that's going to be in this video.
As always, thanks for watching. Tune in every Tuesday and Saturday for new videos. Also, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Those likes really help us out with the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, RevRender out.